A woman at the gym demanded I give her my locker because I don't want to walk too far. When I refused, she opened it anyway, tossed my bag on the floor, and smirked, "Too late, it's mine now." The manager arrived as I pointed to the security camera and said, "Then let's see if you still have a membership after this." I've been going to the same gym in downtown Chicago for years. It's a part of my daily routine: wake up early, get in a good workout, and start my day feeling accomplished. The gym is usually quiet in the mornings, with a few regulars who, like me, prefer to get their exercise done before the day begins. One Monday morning, I arrived at the gym as usual. After checking in, I headed to the locker room to store my belongings. I have a preferred locker, number 42, located conveniently near the showers. I placed my gym bag inside, secured it with my lock, and proceeded with my workout. After an hour of exercise, I returned to the locker room to find a woman standing in front of locker 42. She appeared to be in her mid-40s, dressed in designer workout attire, and had an air of entitlement about her. She looked at me and said, "I need this locker. I don't want to walk too far." I replied, "I'm sorry, but this is my locker. My belongings are inside." Without hesitation, she reached into her gym bag, pulled out a lock, and secured it onto locker 42. Then, with a smirk, she said, "Too late, it's mine now." I was taken aback. "You can't just take someone else's locker. My things are in there." She shrugged. "Not my problem." I immediately went to the front desk and explained the situation to the manager, Mike. He was a tall man in his 30s, always professional and courteous. Mike accompanied me back to the locker room. Upon arrival, he addressed the woman, "Ma'am, we've received a complaint that you've taken someone else's locker." She responded defiantly, "I didn't see any belongings inside. It's just a locker." I pointed to the security camera in the corner. "Then let's see if you still have a membership after this." Mike escorted us to his office, where he reviewed the security footage. The video clearly showed me placing my bag in locker 42 and securing it with my lock. It also captured the woman removing my lock, tossing my bag on the floor, and placing her own lock on the locker. Mike turned to her. "This is a clear violation of our policies. I'm going to have to revoke your membership." She protested, "You can't do that. I've been a member here for years." Mike remained firm. "We take these matters seriously. You'll need to leave immediately." The woman stormed out of the gym, and Mike apologized for the incident. He offered me a complimentary month of membership for the inconvenience. I appreciated his prompt action and professionalism. From that day forward, locker 42 remained mine, and I continued my morning routine without further incident. This experience taught me the importance of standing up for oneself and the value of having clear policies in place. It's a reminder that even in everyday situations, justice can prevail when we speak up and take action. Things were calm for about a week after that locker incident. I went back to my usual routine, hit the gym at the same early hour, used locker 42, and didn't hear anything more from management. The woman, let's just call her the smirking lady, hadn't been back. Or at least I didn't see her around. Until she showed up again. It was a Wednesday, pouring rain outside. I was running a little late, got to the gym around 6:30 a.m. instead of 5:45. As I walked in, I felt eyes on me. There she was, sitting on the bench in front of the lockers, sipping from a water bottle like nothing had ever happened. She looked up and gave me a smile. Not friendly, not kind. The same smug, petty smile from last time. I ignored her, went to locker 42, and started unlocking it. She stood up. "They gave me my membership back." I paused, looked over my shoulder. "Good for you." She tilted her head. "So, you're still using this locker?" I didn't respond. I opened the locker, put my bag inside, and locked it. Then I walked away. Didn't want to give her the satisfaction of a conversation. That should have been it. But when I came back after my workout, my lock was gone. My locker door was wide open. My gym bag? Dumped on the wet tile floor. Everything inside was soaked. My shoes, clothes, phone charger, drenched. Some protein powder I kept in a pouch had exploded across my towel. I felt my stomach drop. This wasn't some random mistake. Someone did this on purpose. I stormed back out, soaking shoes squishing with every step, and asked for Mike. The front desk girl said he was on vacation this week. I asked for the acting manager. Some guy named Trevor, fresh out of college, who looked like he couldn't handle a spilled smoothie, let alone gym drama. I explained everything. Trevor seemed nervous, but agreed to check the cameras. He led me to the back, where the security monitor room was, and scrolled through footage. There she was, same smug woman. She waited until I was well into my workout. Then she walked up, looked around, pulled out a key from her pocket, and removed my lock. She had a key to my lock. That meant she either picked it and made a copy, or switched it earlier without me knowing. The whole thing was premeditated. Then she yanked my stuff out, dropped it all on the ground, and put nothing in the locker. She didn't even use it. Trevor looked shocked. This is messed up. I asked, what are you going to do about it? He said he had to escalate it to upper management because he wasn't allowed to suspend memberships on his own. He promised they'd get back to me within 48 hours. I left fuming. But I wasn't done. I bought a new lock, one with a unique key pattern. I also brought my GoPro the next day and attached it with magnets inside the locker, pointed at the opening. I wasn't playing around anymore. For the next few days, nothing happened. I even saw her again, walking around the gym, pretending I didn't exist. Then on Monday, she tried again. At 6:20 a.m., the locker was opened. GoPro caught it all. She had another copied key. She opened it, pulled out my stuff again, and started dumping it into a gym trash bin this time. I had even stored a pair of wireless headphones in the bag. Gone. That's theft now. Actual, recordable theft. I took the footage, went straight to the front desk, and asked for someone from corporate. Trevor wasn't in yet, but another staffer called the general manager, who agreed to meet me later that morning. I waited. I wanted answers. When the GM finally showed up, I showed her the video. Her face went white. We are so sorry. She was told not to return. She must have created a new account under a different name. You'd think that would be the worst of it, but no. That woman didn't just have fake memberships, she was also coaching clients in secret, charging them under the table. She was banned a month ago for harassing another member, then reappeared with new credentials, new name, and a fake ID. The manager promised they were filing a police report. I had my footage saved in 2 places, plus a thumb drive in case anything got deleted. I was also told I might need to give a statement. Now I'm waiting. She hasn't been back this week, but after what she pulled, I don't know what's next. I'm not even sure how far she'll go. Still, Locker 42 is mine. For now. A week passed. She didn't come back. I thought that maybe, finally, things were done. I went back to focusing on my workouts. I even stopped checking the locker camera. Felt like overkill. I kept it in there just in case, but nothing suspicious happened. Trevor and the GM said they filed a police report and that law enforcement had the footage. Then Thursday came. That morning, the locker room was freezing. I didn't think much of it. I opened Locker 42 and found a folded piece of paper sitting on top of my bag. Just a plain, white piece of paper. My lock hadn't been touched. My stuff was untouched. But someone had been in there. The note said, "Nice camera. Might want to check your car next." My stomach dropped. I ran out to the parking garage, heart pounding. My car was parked in the same spot I always used, 2 floors down, back corner. From the outside, it looked fine. But when I got closer, I saw the thin scratches along the driver's side. Not just random key marks, actual words. Scratched into the paint, "Lockers aren't worth this." She had followed me. Found my car. Got close enough to leave that note, vandalize the car, and leave without being caught. I filed a police report right then. The officer took one look at the footage I showed him and said, "You're dealing with someone unwell." I agreed. I tried to stay calm, but now I was paranoid. Every time I walked to my car, I scanned the garage. I checked around corners. I bought a small dash cam and installed it the next day. I even started texting friends my location when I went to the gym. I didn't see her again for another few days. But this time, she didn't come inside. I was finishing up a set on the leg press when one of the front desk staff came over to me, whispering, "Hey, is someone stalking you?" I froze. "What do you mean?" "There's a woman sitting in a black SUV outside. She's been parked out there almost every morning this week. Doesn't come in. Just watches." I walked straight to the front window. Sure enough, a black SUV was across the street, engine running. And yeah, there she was. Same woman. Sunglasses, hair tied up, pretending to scroll on her phone, but every few seconds glancing toward the building. I went straight back to the desk, told them to call the police again. They did, but of course, by the time the squad car arrived, she was gone. They pulled the building security footage. She had been circling the lot for 3 days. Never came inside. Just watched. It turned into a real investigation after that. The gym issued a formal trespass notice and shared her face with every employee. She was officially blacklisted. But we knew it wouldn't matter much. She was good at slipping through cracks. The police contacted me again. They had questions, asked if I wanted to press charges for the vandalism, the theft, the stalking. I said yes. Of course yes. I wasn't going to let this woman keep making my life hell. They warned me that since she hadn't physically threatened me yet, the process could be slow. But they had the footage, the car damage, the note, then another twist. I got a call from someone at my workplace. HR. They'd received a complaint about me. According to the email, I had a history of aggressive behavior at my gym and someone had serious concerns about my stability and professionalism. They wouldn't tell me who sent it. Said it was anonymous. But I knew. She was trying to ruin me outside the gym now. I explained everything to HR, showed them the police report, the video, the emails from the gym manager, even the scratch on my car. Thankfully, they believed me. Told me to keep documenting everything. But that meant she knew where I work now. So she wasn't done. Not even close. This wasn't just locker drama anymore. This was full-on harassment. I stopped going to the gym for a while after that. I was afraid she'd follow me home next. Every time I pulled into my driveway, I checked the rearview mirror twice. I changed my work route. I even started carrying pepper spray, which I hadn't done since college. The police told me they were trying to track her down. But it wasn't easy. She'd given a fake name and ID to the gym. Her clients from before weren't willing to talk. They said they didn't want to get involved. I started looking into her myself. I went back through the gym's old social media pages, hoping to find something. And I did. An old group photo from a fitness bootcamp about 2 years ago. There she was. Smiling next to a different gym manager, arms around some clients. In the caption, they had tagged everyone in the photo, including her. Her real name. I Googled it. Turns out she'd been banned from another gym across town after throwing a weight at someone during an argument over treadmill time. She had a record too, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, 1 for trespassing. I took this to the detective handling my case. He said it helped. A few days later, I got a call. They'd found her SUV, abandoned in an alley not far from my work. Inside, they found a folder with photos. Photos of me, leaving the gym, sitting in my car, walking into my office building. They also found a printed copy of my LinkedIn profile, and one of the emails she'd sent to my employer. That's when things escalated. They issued a restraining order, a formal one, which meant if she contacted me again or came near my home or job, she'd be arrested. I felt a little safer after that, but not completely. And then, about 3 weeks later, the fire happened. Not a huge one, but enough to get the fire department called. Someone had set a pile of newspapers and rags on fire right outside the rear entrance to my apartment complex. It didn't spread, thanks to a neighbor who saw the smoke early. But the security camera facing the alley? Gone. Broken days earlier and not fixed yet. No one was caught. No one saw anything. But I knew. The detective knew too. He called it suspicious timing. Said it looked like intimidation. Still no hard proof. I made a decision. I went back to the gym. Not to work out. Not even during normal hours. I waited until I knew the place would be empty, mid-afternoon on a weekday. I talked to Mike, the original manager, who had just come back from medical leave. I told him everything. And then I asked if she had ever used her real name before the ID switch. He searched the system. Yes, he said. She signed up the first time with her real info, but then called in a few months later to update it. That meant he had her phone number. Her address. He looked at me. I can't give this to you. I'm not asking for it, I said. But if the police call and ask again, tell them everything. He agreed. A week later, she was arrested. Turns out, she violated someone else's restraining order in another state too. California. And that was the last straw. She was charged with stalking, harassment, property damage, and identity fraud. Multiple counts. Not just from me. Other people stepped forward. Apparently, I wasn't the only person she'd gone after. There was a pattern. It all came out in court. The fake clients. The scams. The gym memberships under different names. She cried in front of the judge, said she had mental health issues and didn't mean to hurt anyone. But the judge didn't buy it. She got time. Real time. Not just fines or probation. 18 months in county jail, plus 3 years of supervised release. And me? I won, but not without scars. I stopped using Locker 42. That number gave me anxiety. I changed gyms, moved apartments, changed jobs a few months later. I should have handled it differently in the beginning. I should have spoken up louder, pressed charges earlier. I kept trying to be calm, to not make a big deal. That was my mistake. She crossed the line over and over. And I kept waiting for someone else to fix it. In the end, it wasn't justice that fixed it. It was action. Proof. Pressure. Revenge didn't come through screaming or fighting. It came through watching her smirk fade as the judge read the sentence out loud, while I sat there in the back row, quiet, calm, and still holding the key to Locker 42 in my pocket. Just as a reminder.